very good evening to you all. You're all very welcome here tonight to the CTC. Hope everyone's doing well. We're at a very wet and rainy spa. Quick hello to everyone in the chat. So Grover, welcome in. Richie, welcome in as well. You racing or commentary? Commentary tonight, Richie. Samo, like drop for the legend. Thanks, Samo. Farouk, good luck. Goose, Richie, Pusha, brother, welcome in. Richie, tunes. Did you like the intro music, Richie? That's a complete AI. So yeah, not too bad. Well, look, thanks all for coming in. Jazz Griffiths, welcome in. Evening all. Thank you for dropping by. So we'll take a look at what we're going through tonight. So we are match day 8 in the Community Team Cup 2025. Race Asylum versus Apex Hunter Racing. So RA versus AHR. Really close in terms of points, with AHR on 15 and RA Race Asylum on 12. We've got 5 wins from AHR, 4 wins for Race Asylum. Very close in terms of the table. AHR are P2 and Race Asylum are P3. So this is battle for P2 in the championship so far. When we take a look at the overview for today, so we're going to be at the car is the Gran Turismo Red Bull X24 Junior. We are at Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps in the full course doing 20 laps. Multipliers, we have 3 times fuel, 5 times tyre wear, and the refuel rate is set at 5 litres per second. We are in the evening, 1 times progression, so probably going to stay mostly around evening time anyway. And the weather, as you can see, is very wet. So we're going to start off with rain setting to 8, dropping to 7, 6, and then we're going to go on to sunny 18 all the way through to the end of the race. So going to be starting on wet weather tyres, so wets or intermediates, and then switching to whatever tyre the strategy suits. So all tyres are available: racing soft, medium and hard, intermediate and wet. There are no mandatory tyres, being a wet race. So you'll be able to choose whichever you like. Introducing then to the drivers tonight. For Race Asylum, we have Kaza, Mike BRFC, Jakey, Lil Nicky, Aries and Toby. And for AHR, we have James, Jacko, Tracer Tell, Slide Rules, Stiggy Moss and Pezza GT. So this is the final race of match day 8. As I said, we'll see RA and AHR battle it out in Group B. Both teams want to keep their chances of winning the group alive and prevent current leaders P1R from pulling away. In an exciting setup with the Red Bull X 2014 Junior at Spa, should be a closely fought contest, and we shall hope so. So we'll take a look on track. Pushes in again. Good luck team, good luck to AHR, good luck to everyone taking part. So we've got Judas in the X 2014. Nice Race Asylum livery we have there. And we have Jacko as well. Nice AHR livery. Very good. So the way this evening is going to go, we've got 5 more minutes until quali starts. So quali will be at 8 PM. After that then, as I said, we've got 20 laps of a race. Wet weather, drying up. So the strategy is going to be really interesting to see from what tyres everyone starts on, which, as you can see, the tyres on screen are blocked. We don't want to give away anyone's strategy, as well as the fuel. So wet weather tyres, intermediates or wets. Moving on to the racing tyres, hards, medium or softs at some point as well. So everyone looks like they're out on track. So we've got Judas. We'll that there. So we got Mike BRFC. We have Jakey for Racing Asylum, Jacko for AHR, James for AHR, Slider Rules for AHR, Tell for AHR, Little Nicky for Race Asylum. We have Pezza for AHR, Stigmas for AHR, Kaza for Race Asylum, Toby for Race Asylum, Inkio Strike for Race Asylum. Maybe a different name. Oh, that's Aries. We'll remember that. So only a few minutes to go till we get the quali underway. As Race Asylum are hosting this week's race, they'll be out first. 30 seconds later then AHR can leave the pits and do their laps. Just allows both teams a bit of space on track, and just means that Race Asylum can work their quali strategy, so can AHR. So thanks everyone for coming along. As I said, 2 minutes to go. Should be a really interesting race. AHR being second in the table, Race Asylum being third on the table. Definitely going to make it an interesting battle. I think that climb through Eau Rouge and Radion is going to be very interesting in these cars in the wet. TJ, I've told the boys that if they don't place all in the top 6, it's porridge for every meal for a week. It's really really tough, DJ. Ali, what's the story, Rory? Just flying by like drop. Good luck to you all. Beep beep. Thanks, Ali. What's the crack? So once again, for anyone that didn't see, we are on the Red Bull Junior Circuit Spa-Francorchamps full course, 20 laps, 3 times fuel, 5 times tyre wear, 5 litres per second refuel. Evening, raining, moving to dry weather, and all tyres are available with no mandatory tyre. Again, as we say, because of the wet weather race. Looks like it's shaping up to be a great race. Skinno's in. Evening. Hope you're good, Skinno. Welcome in, sir. Ali, the crack is mighty and 90, but thankfully Storm Amy has calmed down. Yeah, in the southeast here, Ali, Storm Amy was rough enough now yesterday and last night. So yeah, thankfully it's all gone. Pusha, Skinno. Pusha. So, everybody ready? AHR ready? It's going to be an interesting start to this race. Spa normally is a tough start, but wet weather, these cars, tight track, going to be interesting. Wabbit, welcome in, sir. How are you? Hope you're good. Nice to see someone from Racing Asylum dropped in. Best of luck to your team tonight. Hopefully it's a good battle. Matching the weather to Wales. I'll say the same for Ireland, Richie. It's no better here, although Belgium wouldn't be known for its dry weather either, is it? Lovely livery for the Race Asylum cars. Very nice. Very nice. Really interesting HUD position as well. Hey Maddie, welcome in. Winning, it's easy. Winning's not going to be easy. I'd say it's going to be a tough old race today now. Everyone back in the pits. And Race Asylum are out for their quali. Yeah, agree Richie. Good luck to AHR and Race Asylum. Let's have a great race. So as we see Race Asylum all leaving the pits. Hey Samo, welcome back in. Traction control to you as well, Ali. Traction control will probably be on for this race, I'd say. Have a good evening. Mind yourself. Little bump down the straight already. As we see AHR start to leave the pits now as well. Hey ads, welcome in sir. GT Streamers Cup and now the CTC. I know. Gonna give up playing Gran Turismo altogether and just become a professional commentator. Seems to be the way it's going anyway. Maybe I'm better at this. It's a free side hustle, Richie. I wish there was something involved. So Jakey for Race Asylum is going to be the first to cross the line and start setting a first time. We'll see how it all goes. Thanks, ads. I've got a face for radio. You can even see now from Jakey moving through this outlap that the understeer, very heavy rain. It's going to be a tough race. Massive understeer through that right hand turn as well. So we'll stay on board with Jakey for the first lap. Maybe some sarcasm there. Sarcasm in I'm good at it, Richie, or sarcasm isn't it looks fun? Because it does not look fun whatsoever. Those curbs, touching those curbs is going to be a tough one. Have fun, all you to go. See you soon. Thanks, Samo. Really appreciate you dropping by and saying hello. So Jakey getting the wide entry. Oh, and he gets the back end lit up. So on board into the hairpin, off the racing line. In the wet weather, you're going to get better grip that way. Bring it in tight, up a gear, try and get the power down. Hey JP77, good lord, the rain. The rain indeed, it is wet. Looks a little damp, Richie, yeah. Slightly moist. Jakey has this. We'll see, JP. It's going to be a good race, whatever happens anyway. So Jakey perhaps given somewhat of a tow to little Nicky down the straight. We shall see. Really got to be easy on the power here. You can see him feathering the throttle coming through this complex. Really going to be difficult. JP, it's okay. I use rain-resistant decals on the RA livery. I was only JP, if you made the livery, I was only complimenting it a moment ago. Lovely livery for this car. Well done. So this turn now is really going to be tough in the west because it's off the racing line to get the grip, but it means that you've potential to go wide and pick up a penalty. Yeah, JP, lovely. Great job on the livery. Looks really good. So when you look at these laps, oh, and Jakey nearly gets it put around. When you look at these laps in the wet, you feel like they're going wide, missing apexes, but in this wet weather, that's going to be the optimum line to stay off the rubber-laden part of the track. Jakey fighting the car around this infield complex. We'll see what kind of a time was put down. Looking in the rear view, he's after losing little Nicky a bit. He's out on his own. Slight lift. And again, off the racing line for the heavy braking into the bus stop. And let's see what kind of a time Jakey's able to put down. Hey Richie, welcome in, good luck all. Yeah, thank you so much. And a 2:32 for the first lap set down. Little Nicky a little bit behind, 2:34. Toby again, 2:35. Inkyo Strike, 33. Stiggy Moss going to be the first AHR driver across the line. Let's see what kind of lap times we see from AHR. Really trying to find the grip coming around this bus stop chicane. Ooh, get the power down. Was looking like a good lap. Probably lost a second there. Still up into P4. Tell next across the line for AHR. Fighting the car. Up into P6. So it looks like a right GP. Jakey so far is the time to catch. Jacko now crossing the line. Up into P3 with a 2:33. Nice time. Pezza for AHR up into P3 with a 2:33 as well. So AHR starting to set some times now. Yeah, Aries, or JP, Aries, yeah. I was checking the nicknames, so yeah. We'll have to remember that. And we see James from AHR put it on pole so far, a 1:31.8. Great time from James. 4.5 tenths between, but Jakey goes purple. And he goes wide. Probably going to pick up a penalty for that. Yeah, half second. Say he'll back off, abandon the lap, go for another one. So 4 tenths. James out in the lead. So far it's AHR, Race Asylum, AHR, AHR. So looking like it's going to be a really mixed grid if time stays similar to this. So we've Toby coming to the bus stop now, about to set another lap. Getting that power down out that bus stop is going to be difficult. And he doesn't set a better time. So who else have we got then? We've got one person about to set another lap. Stiggy Moss. Can you get the power down coming out of here? Yeah, much easier on the power. Cross the line. Stays where he is. Still hasn't set a better lap. Really tough conditions, so this is going to be difficult for anyone to set a good lap. And Tell is across the line. Sets a good time. Yeah, his best time so far, up into P7. But it's James for AHR, still setting the pace. As Jacko now sets his best time. A couple of others crossed the line, didn't improve. Great to see such a mix so far, but nearly 2 seconds from P5 to P1. There's a lot of time to be made up. As James now comes across the line again. Ooh, very close. Two very consistent laps now. 2:31.8, 2:31.9. Keep that up for the race. As Jakey gets another penalty. This is the thing about this kind of weather. Putting together a clean lap is going to be difficult. The service penalty now. As Kaza puts it on pole, a 1:30.6. Might be RFC again after putting in a new time, P2. So now James's fastest time of a 31.8 is 1.2 seconds off the fastest. A massive spread on times here. Great time by Kaza. JP, I was wondering where Kaza was. There he is now. As Toby now puts in a good time, 2:32, and he finishes quali. Jakey's also finished. Aries finished. Jacko still on a flying lap. Kaz is also on a flying lap still. Stigimos sets a new time for himself, 2:32, up into 6th place. Who have we got coming across the line? Someone from Race Asylum I see behind. Nope. Tell sets his fastest lap at 2:32. So that's Stiggy and Tell, 6th and 7th so far. Toby beat Jakey. Oh, he's not going to live that down. Well, Jakey, I think, is still on a flying lap. Is he? Nope, Jakey's finished. Toby's finished. Jacko sets his best lap of the quali so far. Pezza up into P3, setting a great lap. Well done, Pezza. So we've 2 Racing Asylum, 2 Apex Hunter Racing front row, second row. Toby's good in wet conditions. Yeah, this is the thing about this type of quali. As James puts it on pole, a 1:30.1, half a second clear on pole. This is going to be an interesting race. Cracking lap, Pezza. Crapping lap. Nice ads. Hey, Heinsberger, evening. Ooh, Mike and Kaza both set it into the 28s. That was an unbelievable quali. So on pole, we've got Mike BRFC with a 1:28.7, 2:28.7. Kaza, 4/10 back. So front row, we've got Racing Asylum. Second row, we've James and Pezza. Third row, Toby and Jakey. Fourth row, Stigimos and Tracer Tell. So we've got all team rows. Next row then, we've got Jacko and Aries, and then Slide Rules and Little Nicky. Great quali. It's going to be really tight. Hopefully a great race. Great quali, everyone. Thanks, Richie. So we've got a Racing Asylum front row, AHR second row, RA third row, AHR fourth row. Race next 2 rows split. Going to be so close. James, stupid drying track. Still a great lap though, James. Eddie's in. Hey Eddie, you going at that roof tomorrow? The tea is wet. Welcome in, Eddie. So, say a few minutes now, everyone get their settings sorted, and the race will get underway. Well done, Toby. Yeah, well done to Toby. P5. But looking at the mix, we're in pairs on all the different rows, apart from the last 2 rows. Definitely going to be an interesting race, and I'd say there's going to be a lot come into it in terms of strategy. Hey Tell, evening Grey. Sticky Moss, welcome in. Is this commentary in English or just Irish? Thanks, Grover. Well done, Tell and Stiggy. Sharing the 4th row. Nice. Going to be a very interesting race. Wishing you all the best of luck. So everyone's readying up now. Race is going to start. Good luck, everybody. We'll keep an eye on everyone. So this is going to be an interesting start now down into the first hairpin. Three lights, 4 lights, 5 lights. And we are racing. Everyone off the line fairly easy. I'd say a lot of traction control used there. We're going to see any carnage as James tries to move down the inside into turn 1. Kaza goes out the outside, takes it into P1. Everyone seems to have gotten through okay. As we take Eau Rouge for the first time. Great shot. Everyone seems to... Oh, someone's gone wide. Who's this? Looks like it was Jakey. And a few penalties there as well. So coming up Eau Rouge, we see one of the Racing Asylum cars gone wide. We can see a few penalties picked up in the pack so far. We've got Kaza at P1, but Mike and James, Kaza picking up a penalty now as well. So we've got Kaza, Mike in P2, James in P3, all with penalties. So Toby, after making up some great places in the first half of the lap with no penalty. Pezza also has a penalty, Tell with none as well. So that's going to make a big change to the order of things as we get through the first penalty zone. But up ahead we've got Kaza and Mike. So they're really going to struggle down these conditions. Very heavy rain. All three of the front runners are going to be serving penalties now in this zone. So Toby looking to take advantage of all these penalties as he goes by James. And he'll have the run now on Kaza and Mike. Will he be able to catch? Doesn't look like it. So the order of things shaken up slightly after first lap. And across the line for lap 1 we have Kaza in P1, Mike in P2, Toby in P3, James in P4, Stiggy Moss P5, Pez at P6, but 3 wide coming into this first hairpin. Will everyone stay clean? Oh, a little bit of contact there from Pezza. Did he get pushed wide? So we see him go again through Eau Rouge. Jacko now under pressure from Aries, but with a half-second penalty. So where are they going to go? Is Aries going to send it down the inside? Will he be able to make it stick? Will they get it stopped in time? Leaves room on the inside for Jacko. Nice close racing. Very difficult in these conditions. Oh, very close. Bit of contact. As we see them now side by side through this tight section. Little bit of contact, but everyone manages to keep it on track. Well done. Exactly right, JP. Business up front, party at the back. So we now have Kaza with a 1 second gap over Mike in P2, who has nearly a 3 second gap now over James in P3, who's after getting past Toby now again. So Toby right behind James. Oh, had a short look up the inside there, but not really a point in this kind of lap. With this kind of condition, you want to throw a nose up the inside. You'd want to be well alongside. Toby now gets a good run on James out of that corner. Much better exit. As he gets by him up into P3, but James is going to have the inside. And James goes back around, leaves space, but Toby sends it around the outside, keeps the position. Very close between these two. James settling back in now. As he gets a good run on this. Across the line, takes the inside now for the first hairpin. No change up ahead between Kaza and Mike anyway. As James keeps on the outside for Toby, but looks for the switchback. James has the better traction, but he's going to have Toby behind him going up Eau Rouge and down the Kemmel Straight. So this is the only bit of action on track for podium places. Still a good gap up ahead. But out of the top 5, it's all racing asylum apart from James in P3. Oh, as Toby is late on the brakes, does he keep it on track? Gets the inside. James gets the switch back, but now is the outside for the next turn, but might get a better run. Very close racing. James now has the inside down into this hairpin. Toby managed to swing around the outside, and Jakey takes advantage of that then as well. Let's see what happened there. Jakey managing to swing it around the outside, get some good traction, has the inside for this next left-hand turn. Nice overtake. So, it's Kaza out front, P1, Mike P2, Toby P3, Jakey P4 and James P5. Behind that then we've got Stiggy Moss, Little Nicky, Jacko, Pezza, Tell, Slide Rules and Aries. Oh, Aries sending a wheel up the inside there. So all seems to be settling down a bit in terms of positions. Weather now is going to come into this a bit because the rain is going to start easing off. And it's going to be when to pit for the slick tyres. Sneaky Moss has Little Nicky looking up the outside. Everyone clean through that bus stop chicane. Very good. Stigamos now with the inside line into the hairpin. Little Nicky doesn't manage to get the nose back inside. And as we can see, a dry line starting to appear. Well, maybe not a dry line, but a less wet line starting to appear on the racing line. This seems to be where the action is right now. As Little Nicky goes, Stiggy Moss takes a defensive line. Little Nicky now is going to get by him in terms of pace with the slip. But Stiggy Moss will have the inside line. Later on the brakes. Can he keep it on track? He does. And now Jacko is putting Little Nicky under pressure. Oh, a little bit of contact, but Little Nicky keeps it on the track. Very close racing in this pack. So from 6th all the way back, there's a lot of cars in that pack. Jacko taking a look up the inside for that left-hand turn. It all stays the same. James now all over Toby. Very close. As we can see up ahead now, Mike is after catching up on Kaza a bit. That gap was nearly a second a little while ago, and he's got it down to 6.5 tenths. So he's going to be right in slipstream range. Jakey in a little bit of no man's land, 9 seconds behind Mike, but 1.7 ahead of Toby. Toby, who still has James half a second behind, but James has a good gap behind Stiggy Moss, who's now managed to gap Little Nicky slightly, 6 tenths. Jacko still in P8, Tracer in P9, Pezza, Aries and Slide Rules all the way down to 12th. It's getting close now. Mike might have the slip down here. Team on team, so what are they going to do? Not close enough. Oh, Mike drifts it into that turn. Kaza has a little bit of a moment there. Oh, we'll have to go back a little bit further than that. And he's drifting it all along here. Mike, after making up a massive time here now, potentially going to take the race lead. Nope, he backs off. This is a team race. Doesn't make sense to fight against each other. Work together, build that gap. Much more important than individual results. Jakey still out in no man's land. 2 seconds to James. Who has Toby now half a second behind. Really keeping pace. Little Nicky has managed to get by Stiggy Moss. And we have a bunch of AHR drivers then following. Little Nicky goes purple. As we can see now, that weather bar has started to drop below the halfway, so that drying line in the center, although it's not completely dry, it's not as wet as the rain starts to back off a bit. And Stiggy goes for the move. Not close enough. Smart there to back out. And as we go into the HUD view, we can really see, Stiggy with a little bit of contact, but he backs out. But we can really see that line starting to dry off now. As Little Nicky both goes defensive, but also, I'd say, looking to cool those wet tyres. And Stiggy laid on the brakes around the outside. And he makes it stick. Fantastic move. So as you see, around the outside, Little Nicky takes it tight on the curb. Probably a bit wet there. Can't get the power down. Stiggy Moss goes by. Lovely overtake. Eddie. Jacko now goes purple. Overtaking Little Nicky. This is where the racing seems to be happening right now. Little Nicky under all sorts of pressure from the AHR team. Tell Pezza. Hey Pusha, how's the racing going? Have you on while practicing for next week? Going well so far, Pusha, but difficult conditions. So let's see what we got going on up front. Still have Kaza and Mike with a significant lead. James just after getting by now, battling it out with Jakey. Let's have a look back. So James late on the brakes into the first hairpin, just gets the power down. And as we approach Eau Rouge, say now with the slip, getting the power down earlier as well, he just gets a run. Coming down the Kemmel Straight, late on the brakes, goes purple out of sector 1. And manages to get by. Maybe we'll see it in a minute. Must have hit the long replay button. We'll go back to the live action. So James now starting to put the gap on Jakey. Stiggy Moss, after making up some time now, gap Jacko, Tell and Pezza. Lil Nicky is after losing a lot of time in these last laps, and now he's got slide rules up behind him as well. Boys are doing awesome, ads. Really hanging in there. As slide rules go straight past Lil Nicky on the straight. No competition. James now bringing down that gap to Mike, down to 7.5 seconds, so he's built up half a second in this first half of the lap already. And he's after gapping Jakey by 1.1 seconds. A long way to go yet in this race. Oh, as Toby picks up a penalty. What was that for? Just goes wide. Yeah. Easy done. So that's going to mean Stiggy Moss now has a chance. As he looks down the inside. Oh! On the curb, little bit of a slip. Is it getting to the point now? Who's going to be the first in on slicks? The rain has stopped. Stiggy Moss gets by Toby. Toby's going to serve that penalty as well, which means Jacko's going to take a position also. Cliffy! Good evening, yo-yo. And we have first into the pits now, Kaza, who was on the wet tyre. So interesting. As James now goes another lap. Jakey also into the pits. James in the last lap has brought the gap to Mike from 8 seconds down to 6.5 seconds. So really putting in the laps now. So we have Kaza onto the soft already. Will he be able to get the power down? Very slow out of here. So we've Kaza, Jakey, Toby, Lil Nicky and Aries all coming onto the soft tyres on this lap. I would argue it's possibly a little early for the soft. Very fine margins here in terms of a mistake could be made. Go on Stiggy, go on James. Well, let's keep an eye on Kaz in here now this lap, because if you get offline at all, you're going to suffer. And I'd say touching those curbs, they're still going to be very wet. A late breakdown into any of these corners, you're offline, you're onto the wet, you're going to know all about it. But as we can see already, catching up to Wayne in a big way. As Mike comes around now, I'd imagine as the rest of the team is pit, he's going to come in as well. Goes nearly 6/10 ahead of his fastest time. We can see on the right that lap times have been dropping lap after lap. James now has it down to 5.5 seconds. So let's see now, what does Mike do? He's slowing it right down as he comes into the pits now. James goes for another lap. And Stiggy Moss goes for another lap. The time's really dropping as well for the boys, as Slide Rules picks up a penalty. The difficult part here now is Kaza will have to get on to the wet line in order to get by Wayne. Too early for 6, Cliffy? I think we're going to find out now. Oh, late move by Wayne. So we'll see what happens here now as Kaza goes purple. Gets out in front onto the dry line. Takes position, now hunting down Pezza. Putting in some serious times. We'll see now as he catches Pezza. What's going to happen here? James will be the next one to start the next lap. This is going to be a difficult part of the track for Kaza to go around, especially on these tyres. Car is well positioned there. 2.4 seconds purple on this lap. Nobody from AHR is pitted yet. We'll see what James is going to do as he misses his brake marker, goes a bit wide, and he's into the pits. Stiggy Moss into the pits, coming off the intermediates for James. And Jacko goes in as well. All 3 AHR members on intermediate so far. As Kaza comes round back into the lead. Let's see now whether that pit delta is going to make a difference. As James is coming out now onto the softs. Very slow pit exit here. Oh, James nearly gets it wrong coming out the pits. So we've got all the AHR boys now out after the pits. So Kaza P1 has 4.7 seconds on Mike in P2. So Mike went a lap extra after Kaza, and that's the delta. So they went from half a second gap to 4.6 seconds. So I think Kaza got the pit lap just right. Hey Ian, how are you? Welcome in, dude. So P3 we've got Jakey. James 2.3 seconds behind. 15 seconds to the lead now. Big difference. But we do have Racing Asylum 1, 2, 3. Then in 4th, 5th and 6th we've got AHR. 7th Racing Asylum, 8th AHR, 9th Racing Asylum, 10th, 11th AHR, and in 12th Racing Asylum. So 1, 2, 3 as Kaza goes purple again, bringing those times right down.
Kaza out all on his own. Has that gap to P2 now up to 5 seconds. And he's putting in the lap times right now. When purple, I'd imagine now he might get a fastest lap. Still definitely room for a mistake here if you go wide. And Kaza goes purple. Fastest lap of the race so far. Jakey going to set another fastest lap now, I'd say. No, just 20. Over into the 20. James on his out lap. 3 seconds to P3. So on to lap 11. 10 laps to go. Kaza now with a commanding lead after stretching out another half a second. And he goes purple again. This drying track really making a difference. Stiggy Moss, good gap now to Toby. As we see Jacko now and Little Nicky battling it down to Kemmel Straight. Jacko still there. As Little Nicky goes purple with the slip. Oh! What happens to Nicky? Takes this turn, little wide onto the curb, wet, and he goes around. That's what happens. Slick tires, still not a dry track. Easily done. Jacko inherits P8. James now down to P4. Must have been a mistake there somewhere. We'll keep an eye on his lap time. Chaz, he's going to blame you. Why is he going to blame you? Let's see now with James's lap time. There must have been a mistake there somewhere. And as he comes across the line to set his first flying lap out of the pits. Only a second behind, so maybe not a massive mistake. Hey, Grumpy. Welcome in. Because I was like, Nicky's in 9th and he bloody binned it. Jazz. So Mike after bridging the gap now to Kaza a bit. With a 2:18.9. Going to be close between the two of these. Mike goes purple again. Jakey and James, Stiggy Moss, Toby in P6, Tell and Jacko 7 and 8, Nicky in 9th, Slide Rules in 10th, Pezza 11th, and Areas 12th. Nobody likes a soggy curve. No, they don't, Cliffy. Chaz. We'll save the replay and send it to him. Better than soggy biscuits. Whatever are you talking about, Grumpy? So everything seems to be settling down now on lap 12. The gaps are all fairly large. Although Stiggy Moss now is right on James. And James lets Stiggy through. Good teamwork. Oh, Toby behind. Did he save it? He did. Got all sorts of squirrely there. Comes around the corner, touches the curb. And he held it, well held. He could have easily been facing the wrong way. Nicky now right behind Tell. Still going to be difficult to pass though, because offline is not completely dry yet. As Nicky goes a little bit deep, Tell maintains a position. But he's going to have him now down onto this first hairpin perhaps. Very good save, Grumpy. And a good race. I think now a bit of smart thinking by Nicky. Stay behind Tell as he's so close. Get him down the Camel Straight. Chaz, I'll start sitting quietly and watch from afar. Say over that curb coming up the top of Radion is going to be difficult. Will Nicky now get the slip? Tracer takes the defensive line, but he's on the wet. He's going to have to get back onto the dry part of the track. And nowhere to go for Nicky. Oh, Nicky gets a little bit of a tank slapper on the brakes. There's just so many damp areas on the track. Soggy curb. Sorry, Cliffy. I should know the correct terminology. So Kaza now 3.3, so Mike is really starting to reel him in a bit. He's gained, what, 2 seconds those last couple of laps? Also with the fastest lap. Stiggy Moss and James now right with each other. Oh, and James goes off track. What happened there? Oh, hit the brakes onto the wet. Soggy curbs, Cliffy. Unfortunate for James. Toby now gets the position. To the top of Radion, Richie. Sorry, Richie, I'm trying to pay attention here. So, as we start lap 14, let's see, we've got Kaz up ahead 3.1 seconds now, so Mike's still bringing it down bit by bit. Mike in P2, Jakey P3. Bit of no man's land here. 11 seconds to the P2, 9 seconds to P4. Sigimos then, again, bit of time on his own. Toby making the most of James's mistake, but James trying to hunt him down. Jacko then P7, again, bit of a gap to in front and behind. Tell and Nicky still battling it out. Nicky probably still a little bit too far. We have Wayne in P10, Pezza P11, and Aries after making a mistake here as well. What happened here? Hits the inside curb. Nope, mustn't have been here. Might have been down the bottom of the hill. Thanks, Grumpy. Have a good one. No, must have missed it on the replay. Oh, we were on Kaza. Oh, and Pezza goes into the wall. But every time we change to someone, they're crashing. A little bit wide onto the damp. That's it. Just going to happen. Aries now well behind the pack. He's actually in danger now getting lapped as Kaza comes around. Oh, and Kaza with a big drift out of the last turn in the bus stop. So is he going to get a slip now from Aries going down the straight, probably too far behind? Mike really after bridging that gap now. 2.3 seconds. This could really make for an interesting end to the race. As we see now, Stiggy Moss starting to reel in Jakey maybe a little bit. James and Jacko mid-pack. Little Nicky's made up some spaces. So we've Wayne and Tell side by side. Now with 6 laps to go, a lot could still happen. Ooh, did Toby make a mistake? No, it must have happened already. All starting to bunch up a bit here. Mike now really reeling in. Kaza P1, 1.7 seconds now. This is definitely going to be an interesting end to this race. Still a lot of damp areas on the edges of the track, so got to be very careful. Mike able to get the power down a lot quicker now than Kaza. The last couple of times we watched him through that bus stop, he's been feathering the throttle a bit more. Early on the power, Kaza trying to cool the tyres down a bit, I'd say. Try to get those tyres to last. With 5 laps to go. Tyre wear could come into it on the end. As we see from the setup for today, we've got 5 times tyre wear. So they all went onto the softs coming out of the pits, as we remember. That could make the difference. Kaza maintaining the gap to Mike now at 1.4 seconds. No real change in the rest of the order for the last few laps. They all have their own little gaps, their own little races going on. Is there any action on track at the moment? Tell now trying to bridge that gap to Toby. Seems to be the closest bit of action on track so far. The battle for P8. We've got Aries over a lap down now by a few people and getting purple flag or getting blue flags. Seems to be the closest set of cars on track so far anyway. As Mike gets by Kaza. There must have been a mistake there somewhere. Can we go back and see, did we catch it? No, it must have happened already. So Mike into P1 now with a 9-second gap, so all I can assume is that Kaza made a mistake somewhere. Jakey still though at 10 seconds, so I'd say Kaza, unless another mistake happens, has P2 sewn up. And Mike now, still with the fastest lap, flying out ahead. Tell now with half a second coming to finish this lap. Oh, as Nicky goes wide. Toby. What happened there? Just gets onto the wet part of the track, can't get the power down, loses 2 positions. So that means Tell is up to P8. Realistically not going to catch Nicky unless he makes a mistake, who's up in P7. Again, a big gap to Jacko in P6. James in P5 and Stiggy in P4. So we've got 1, 2, 3 for Racing Asylum, 4, 5, 6 for AHR. Then a mixed bag down to the rest of the positions. Great shot there. So we got Mike out front. 10 seconds to Kaz in P2, 11 seconds to Jakey in P3, who's just after getting by Areas, getting in the lap. Stiggy Moss then in P4 with 5 seconds to James in P5. Close on track then to Jacko, P6 with 1.5 seconds. Jacko has 13 seconds down to Nicky, who's lost a bit of time to Tell already. Tell's brought that gap down. Tell then close to Wayne, who has Toby behind him. Toby has a good gap behind then to Pezza, who's under no pressure from Aries. Let's see if Tell can rein in Nicky by the end of this race. James maintaining that gap to Jacko anyway. I think the only bit of potential action on the track so far, is Tell and Wayne are close as well, but Tell maintaining that gap to Nicky at 4.5, 4.8 seconds. 3 laps to go now, and everything seems to really have settled down. We can see the track pretty dry now. Still a couple of wet lines, but mostly dry. I'd say the curbs still need to be avoided, but it's looking like a great win for Race Asylum. Tricky combo, difficult conditions, but these 3 at the front, Mike, Kaza and Jakey, got into the pits at the right time, made the most of the conditions. Really great race. Tell after bringing that gap down now to 3.7 seconds, so he's dropped a second somewhere. Whether Nicky's after making a mistake or Tell is putting the foot down. Really bringing it down. He's got him in his sights now, he's running him down. 2.3 seconds. Tell after finding a bit of pace, bit of grip somewhere. Toby's tyres are gone, Wabbit, do you think? He's losing a lot of time. I think on track now, this is the closest that we're going to get to a battle by the end of the race, perhaps. We'll keep an eye on that gap with 2 laps to go. But as all the great commentators say, catching is one thing, passing is another. Not saying that I'm a great commentator. So Nicky after restoring that gap slightly. Thanks Cliffy, appreciate it, hope you're all enjoying it. Tell into the wet part of the track, trying to keep the temperature down in the tyres. Thanks Ads, you're making me blush. Oh, and Mike picking up a penalty. Not that it's going to make much of a difference. Ooh, Stiggy Moss. Did Jakey make a mistake somewhere, I wonder? Stiggy Moss fighting for a podium in the last lap. Seven tenths going to get the benefit of the slip. Down to 5 tenths now. Now he's in the slip, really reeling him in. Last lap battle for podium place. Can Stiggy do it? Oh, it's Jakey. Oh, bit of lag. They're all okay. Just a little bit of lag. God, I thought that was all over. So into the final lap, last run down the straight, half a second. Stiggy's going to have a slip. Is it going to be enough? Two tenths. And he goes out. Will he get by into the braking area? He's inherited P3 now. It's just all about this braking. Stiggy gets the brakes down. Does he get it stopped? Yes, he does. Now we'll see what Jakey can do. It's up to Stiggy now to keep this tight. Don't leave any gaps. Just do a quick look. Mike about to finish up. We'll stick with this battle to the end though. Podium finish coming for Stiggy if he can hold off Jakey. Be a fantastic finish for Stiggy if he can get this. He's gapping him anyway, 7 tenths now. He'll be out of slip range. And just a quick switch back to Mike, who's about to win the race as he crawls across the line. Come on, we've a battle to go back and look at. Alright, well done, congratulations. Stiggy. Great finish for Stiggy Moss, up into P3. Gets the anchors out. And he's across the line for P3. So P1 we have Mike for Racing Asylum. We have Kaza in P2 Racing Asylum as well. Stiggy Moss P3 for AHR. Jakey P4 for Racing Asylum. James P5 for AHR. Jacko P6 for AHR. Lil Nicky and Tell about to cross the line now. Tell just couldn't make up the gap. Oh, but will he get a run on him? Is Tell going to do it? Oh, so close. So close. So Tell gets a look. Tries to cut back. And it's a drag race to the end. Fantastic finish. So Little Nicky 7th, Tell in 8th, Slide Rules in 9th, Toby 10th, Pezza 11th, and Aries 12th. Fantastic racing by everybody. Victory. So Mike, congratulations. So let's have a quick look at the results. Yeah, what a finish. Great finish by everybody. Well done all. So we had Mike first, Kaz second, Siggy Moss third, Jakey fourth, James fifth, Jacko sixth, Lil Nicky seventh, Tell 8th, Slide Rules 9th, Toby 10th, Pezza 11th, and Aries 12th. Well done to everybody. Well, that's the stream. Thanks everybody for coming along. Hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to drop a like, follow or subscribe if you haven't already. And yeah, we'll catch you on the next one.